So here we have the Nissan Juke Techno Automatic on a 17 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see that it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll see that we've got plenty of boot space along with that 60-40 split folding rear seat. And then underneath this tray section, the boot space is almost doubled, and this is removable as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see that it's in wonderful condition the whole way around. Looks really, really good in black as well. Just briefly before I climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. You get full leather seats, as you can see. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard of this car, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter, and on the right-hand side, the speedometer. In the middle, you can see the trip computer, which will show the gear that we're in, so P for park. It will also have the fuel gauge on the right, coolant temperature gauge on the left, and then the total miles of this car are 5,174. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the right-hand side, we've got cruise control and speed limiter just there. And then on the left-hand side, we have stereo controls as well as the ability to answer and end phone calls. That is, of course, once you paired up the phone, which is done over on the central screen just here. Before we come back to the phone, I just wanted to talk about the music on this car. So in terms of radio, you've got FM, AM and DAB digital radio. We then have a CD player. We've got auxiliary input, USB input, and once you've paired your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but you can listen to your music via Bluetooth audio as well. One of the fantastic things this car's got, and you can see a button highlighting it just there, is a camera for parking. A fantastic camera. It's a 360 parking camera. So on the right hand side at the moment, you can see an image of the reversing camera with guidelines showing you where the car is headed in relation to the image that you see. And then on the left hand side, we have a bird's eye view, so you can see all around the car. So it's a 360 parking camera. And actually, if you push this button, you can have a front facing camera and the bird's eye view, or a front facing camera and the front near side wheel, so the front passenger side wheel as well. Working our way down, we've got the climate control. So you can adjust the temperature over this side, fan speed over this side, then simply hit AC to turn the air conditioning on, or push that button in to turn it onto auto, and the car will take control of the fan speed itself, and you can just override that by readjusting the fan speed. This whole panel doubles up as not only climate control but driver mode, and you can see all the options have now changed. We can change the setup of the way the car drives, so the gearbox, for example, from normal to sport to eco, and it will change the engine, the gearbox, the steering and the climate control depending on the setting that you have it in. Underneath that, we have the auxiliary and USB input that I mentioned, and a 12-volt charging socket. We then have the fully automatic gearbox, and underneath the central armrest, driver and passenger heated seats. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.